Welcome to KGXT, Gen X Talks podcast, live from Central California.
Making plans with the boys. I'm gonna hit the town. Yeah, I'm gonna make some noise. I'll push past the pain and my wounded pride.
All right, it looks like everything's moving. Let me check the pod track. The lights are going up and down. It looks like Streamlabs lights are going side to side. And the butt is yellow and green. I think we're here. Good morning, planet Earth. Welcome to the Gen X Talks podcast.
Morning.
You're here.
I am here.
You look like you're awake this time, too, which is a good thing.
I am awake, even though I didn't sleep good. We both didn't sleep good
We
last
both did
night.
not sleep good. You know what? We should tell people, well, it was a little bit of badonkadonk, got out of control, and we didn't get much sleep last night.
We're out of breath.
We're out of breath the whole night. The truth is...
Had to smoke a couple cigarettes.
Yeah, the truth is, nothing like that happened. Nothing could be further from the truth.
We're now old.
It was move over, your dog's in my way. Move your
We had to
dog.
share the bed with the dog.
That fucking dog, I swear.
And he lays the opposite way of the way we lay.
Yeah. You lay one way, I lay the other. And he's like, well, then I'm going to lay perpendicular to both of you.
It's like Tetris in our bed.
Trippy says audio is good. What he said video was good? How the fuck would he know the video was good? Oh, visual too. Yeah, he flipped him off like Wise and Oak. So speaking of sleeping, excuse me and whatnot, I know this is off topic here, but it just popped in. Is this our last daylight savings time ever? I heard they're doing it this year, and then they're telling you this is the last time they're doing away with it. Is that true?
I have no idea.
How is that?
They've been talking about that for years, so I'm like, yeah, well, whatever.
I think Arizona doesn't conform to that. I think
We don't conform. We don't conform to you, Californians.
we don't conform. We will not comply in Arizona. I believe that's the case. I believe that they don't do it. They don't change their clocks.
I'll have to look that up.
I'm pretty sure I saw a couple articles that said, this is it. This is the last time. They're going to do it this time. And the next year, get your shit together. This will be one more thing where we can say, I remember when we used to have to change our clocks.
We've been saying that a lot lately.
I know a lot of stuff is I remember when, but that'll be one kids will go, Grandpa, why would you have to change your clock? Well, every 6 months we would change our clocks an hour before or an hour back. Why? Well, rumor has it was back when the farmers started this whole thing. Grandpa, everything's grown with hydroponics and machines now. There's no
What's farming?
What's farming? There's artificial sunlight and moonlight. What are you talking about?
So what is it going to be? Daylight longer? Are they going to that? Which one are they going? Which way are we going?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm guessing whatever it is right now, like we're in right now, we're gonna change our clocks sometime in the next few weeks, right?
Right, falling
And
back.
We're gonna fall back. We're gonna set our clocks back. They say next year at this time, you're not falling back. You're leaving it alone. So there, we're gonna stick to whatever this is.
So it's going to be longer mornings than evenings.
I don't know. I just know that it sounded like they were getting rid of it. So whatever.
Okay, well,
I'm just saying. I came to you asking if it's a true story.
I didn't know I had homework to do before I got here.
You know what? You read Twitter all day long.
Hey, that's my National Enquirer edition. Okay,
So what? It never came up. That topic, the daylight saving, never
No,
came up.
I haven't seen it lately.
Okay, for Christ's sake.
It's all about
almighty.
the New York mayor right now.
Oh yeah, he's fucked.
He's indicted.
Yeah.
And I think he might take a few people down with him. But yeah, that's just flooding Twitter right now is all that shit. So
Yeah, I just thought they might have wedged in something that actually mattered to me.
haven't seen it.
Yeah, great.
Couldn't tell you. Wait till we get closer to the time
Yeah,
change.
okay.
And
Well,
then
I'm a little proactive. I'm a year out and trying to get out in front of this thing.
Twitter's in the moment, babe. It's in the moment. What's happening? Or X, whatever.
X, yeah.
Twitter.
You want to call it X because of Elon. Sorry, respect Elon. Respect X. Yeah, we'll call it
X everything. I mean, if you...
Space X.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Generation X.
Does that mean he crosses it out?
I don't know.
Is that what the X stands for?
Should I do the intro?
Oh, shit. You haven't done it? No. Oh, well, I guess you better do it.
Welcome to the Gen X Talks podcast, broadcasting from the KGXT studios, 200 feet below occupied California, coming to you live. And that's us. We're here. If you had an hour of your morning to waste, we're very happy you wasted it here, live on KGXTradio.com.
Hey, I've got to start off with something funny first.
Okay.
So I was playing around on Discord, checking in with everybody.
Yeah.
And
Which I'm very grateful. You've been spending a lot more time on Discord.
I told Trippy I would.
Yeah, you promised
I
him.
promised him I would.
Yep.
I can't go to every room because I don't have anything to say on every room, but I
Right.
check it. I see, I look. But something came across the KGXT live thing in Discord this morning.
KGX. Oh, you went to the radio station room.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for those that don't know what Discord is, it's
Well, Discord it's just old school chat rooms. Discord, Trippy Pineapple runs our Discord server, discord.gg/GenXHawks. And it's just chat rooms. There's one about politics. There's one about old cars. There's one about sports. Just a room. You go into the room and talk about what you want. He's narrowed it down over the past couple of years. We got rid of the rooms that weren't really having a lot of conversations, kept the ones that were. There's a main chat area. There's one for food. So, yes, there's a small one we keep for the radio station.
after the live streams, a lot of people go in there and they continue talking and carrying on, and then it continues, and
Well,
it's kind
yeah.
of fun to see.
There's video chat rooms where you turn on your camera. It's like a big Zoom call. And, yeah, after the live streams, that's where a lot of people
parties
go.
continue.
The party.
The after party.
After party.
Yes.
It's, I guess Discord is where everybody hangs out between shows.
There you go. So, Dr. Shadowlight
Yeah.
is starting a union, honey.
He's starting a union?
Yes.
Okay.
Join the Banana Sauce Union.
Oh, for Christ's sakes. Are you fucking kidding me?
Unite for flavor, he says.
Fuck that guy. I never did like him. You know,
Are you passionate about banana sauce?
I'm not.
Do you believe in the power of unity?
Are you reading what he wrote?
Yes.
He wrote this?
Join the Banana Sauce Union today and be part of a community that celebrates the unique taste and versatility of banana sauce.
I hate fucking banana sauce. I hate that whole thing. I hate every aspect of it. That's just the dumbest thing ever.
Benefits of joining. Are you ready? This is what people get.
Oh, we're not done. He's still
Oh, no,
going.
no.
Oh, great.
Monthly banana sauce tasting events.
Ew.
Discounts on your favorite banana sauce brands, a supportive community of fellow banana sauce enthusiasts. And he's got pictures. And everybody gets a banana uniform. It's
This
amazing.
is stupid. This is the dumbest thing ever. This is meant just to make me upset. You guys want,
Upset?
you know what? Because this union is now being formed, Dr. McDreamy is going to have to change my blood pressure medicine. It's going to happen. We're gonna have
Because
to
of
have a-
banana sauce?
Oh, I hate that. I hate
You
the
haven't
whole.
even tasted banana sauce. How do you know you don't like it?
Because there's no such thing as banana sauce.
We have a bottle of it
Oh, I know.
in our studio right
I know.
now.
One of you extras sent the kid an actual bottle of banana sauce. And it's
Because he
red.
made it up. First of all, the kid made that up
You know
as
what-
a code word or something.
It used to be blue banana sauce. Back when it first got
That's
started,
right.
it was blue banana sauce.
It was a funny code word, and then lo and behold, there's actually a bottle of banana sauce.
You know what I was thinking? Speaking of code words, I was thinking of planting a secret code word somewhere, like in Discord, and then during a live stream,
Yeah.
if they hear me say the secret word, they call in, and the first caller gets a prize. If
Oh.
you wait for the secret word, you got to listen to the show, and then whenever I say the secret word, they
Sounds
call
like
in.
Romper Room. I see you. Remember, she put the little
Looking
thing?
through her mirror.
Yes.
You know that bitch never said my name ever.
I don't think she said my name either.
I've got one of the most common first names for a kid ever, almost as common as John or Jimmy. And I watched Romper Room as never once did she say my name. That was very discouraging.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is that what started the whole thing? When
Yeah, I
you were
hated,
you
hated
just
the
hated
world.
people?
Yeah,
from
life,
the
school,
get-go?
everything. Yeah, it was all in Romper Room.
Because, in elementary school, man,
I was pissed to start with.
you were trouble.
5-year-old in kindergarten. I came to school with an attitude because of fucking Romper Room. Yeah.
Wow, what a way to start life.
All right, well, then just say my goddamn name.
You came out angry on Christmas Day.
All right. So where are we at? What do you want to talk about? We got a show to do. Let's go.
MarcyZavala.com.
MarcyZavala.com.
Let's start with that.
Your pain level is almost completely gone from your cancer stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Working on your back.
Ugh, my
Not
back.
Not having anything to do with Marcy, good or bad. Marcy didn't cause the back pain, and she certainly didn't fix the back pain. This is a Dr. McDreamy issue now. This is a Dr. McDreamy and Psych Ward Jade. That's not her name. Psycho Jade. No.
No.
What's her name?
Jade.
Where does she work?
Clinch Performance.
Clinch instead of psych. It's clinch. Yeah, it's not psych ward, Jade.
You should see that this chick runs Ironman competitions.
She's badass.
She's pretty badass.
That makes sense why she's friends with MarcyZavala.com.
And she does jujitsu. I think martial arts of some sort. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
how they met.
So, just so you know, Dr. McDreamy and MarcyZavala.com guiding you has removed all the pain in your life except for the lower back, which is a physical disc pain they're working on. And even that's better now that Jade's involved.
Yes,
Much
it
better.
is. Yes.
But I am now down to, I won't even say my weight number, but from my peak weight, which was just a rare occurrence, then to my running weight, and now down to this weight, I have dropped.
You're a trim.
I'm not saying the number.
Oh, you trimmed off?
I trimmed off 78 pounds from my peak weight,
Woo!
and I'm about 56 pounds from my running weight. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Good
I'm
stuff.
so proud of you.
Yeah.
And what have we been doing this week? Tell them.
Well, I bought a second wheelchair because my other one's falling apart. It's kind of embarrassing to take it out anywhere. But I bought a second one because I can't walk without it. It's very difficult to walk. I can
Kind of
push-
like your walker.
It's like a walker, but no fucking way am I going to grab one of those old man walkers. So the wheelchair, I don't mind pushing the wheelchair around, because look, it's a psychological thing. When I push a wheelchair, if I pushed a walker, people would go, "Oh, look at that old fat guy. Look at that old fat guy hobbling along with his walker and his tennis balls on the feet of his walker." Okay? But if
Okay.
I push a wheelchair, they look and go, "Look at that dude. He could be sitting in that wheelchair. He could be just taking it easy, cruising along. But that guy's up and he's pushing that fucking thing. He's pushing that
Okay.
wheelchair." It shows people that I'm trying. I'm not taking the easy way out. And-
You are trying when you do that.
Right. So I got the second wheelchair because I want to walk the neighborhood, but I can't walk very well without a wheelchair. It is too much of a hassle to get the wheelchair from the studio to the front yard. It's just a pain in the ass. Like, there's a few people who've actually been to the studio. Trippy would know this is just, it fucking sucks to do it.
Right.
So I bought a second wheelchair because I need one, but we leave that one in the house right by the door. Now I'm ready, baby.
Yes.
Let's go.
And
know?
you have a walking stick too, but we haven't graduated to the
No,
walking
that's a
stick
ways
full
away.
time.
But I said, okay, I will walk in the neighborhood.
Yes.
But I wanted you to go with me. So you sit in the wheelchair. Like this morning, you were in your jammies.
And a
your
cup of
socks,
coffee.
And a cup of coffee. And you grabbed some mail because you knew I walked to the mailbox.
I did.
We walked to the mailbox and back. Now, with that weight loss, it is coming a lot because of the exercise. But I'm going to tell you guys, when I get back, even though it's not a huge, long distance, I'm sweating.
Yep.
My muscles are burning, and my breathing is fucking heavy. I mean, I'm hitting the target of what you want for cardio and exercise.
Your muscles are screaming
They're
at
screaming
you.
at me.
They're like going, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, they're like, "Dude, we just walked to the studio and back. Where the fuck are you going? Are you lost? We walked to the
Yes.
studio, and now where are you going?" And I'm going down the street. I have to tell my muscles because that's what we're doing. But the cool part is that some people work out for an hour and they sweat, their muscles burn, and their heart rate is pumping. Okay, I'm not to an hour, but I'm hitting my target of getting my muscles, my breathing, and my sweating where it's
You're
supposed to be.
waking them up. That's what
Now
you're doing.
I have to do that just a little longer. It's not because people say, "What good does it do if you just walk down the street and walk back?" If that doesn't really do anything for you, you're not really trying. No, I'm fucking trying.
It's conditioning.
This is not easy.
No.
And I'm not just walking. I'm pushing you.
Yes.
I'm pushing you in the wheelchair. So I'm doing it, and it's showing up.
Tell him about you pushed me up the driveway, and our driveway is not like anybody's normal driveway.
Yeah, it's
not far like if you live out in the country, but it's a pretty good.
It's not a country mile.
No. But
It's steep, and I do push her up the driveway, and she always says, "I can get out and walk." I'm no, let me fucking do it. So the very last part of my walk, I huff this thing uphill, and I can take you all the way
really
to the door.
proud of you.
So I'm doing it. I don't like it, but you haven't had to remind me once to walk.
No.
I've always said, "Hey, let's fucking go."
And
So-
I'm the one going, well, maybe you should take a day off and let your muscles stop screaming
I'm
at
not
you.
rewarding myself with a day off. And by the way, when I'm losing weight, don't buy me a fucking cheeseburger as a reward. Don't go, "Hey, congratulations, here's a cheeseburger. You deserve it."
You can have a cheeseburger, you can't have the bun.
I'm just saying, don't reward me with something that I'm not supposed to have.
I haven't done that all week.
Yeah. all week. But the whole other rest of your life, every time I do good on a diet, she gives me a donut and goes,
No, I don't.
"Oh my God, I
You
can't."
are the king of DoorDash.
I
I'm sorry. Uber
I
Eats.
cannot believe you're lying right now. I've had conversations with Dr. Madreamy where he cusses and goes, "What the fuck is she giving you?" She came home with Carl's Jr. and said, "I've earned it. I've done so well."
I never go to Carl's Jr.
Okay, so I got the place wrong.
You are full of shit
No, I'm
right
not.
now.
This is what you've done.
No, I don't.
My entire life, if I do really good, you bring me home something and you go, "You deserve this."
No more snickerdoodles for you.
That is not what I'm saying. You're acting like you never did this. This better be your chemo brain kicking in because I have witnesses. I literally
He's full
have
of
witnesses where Dr. Madreamy is going to call you and go, "Knock that shit off." You don't reward him with the thing he's not supposed to have. Yeah.
Okay, you just keep telling yourself that.
That'd be like all the times you told me, "Don't have a girlfriend, don't have a girlfriend, don't have a girlfriend." And I go 6 months without a girlfriend and you reward me with a girlfriend. You can't do that. It's against the rules.
Dr. Madreamy just dropped in.
Oh,
He just texted. He says he doesn't cuss.
What? That is not the point of the fucking story. The point of the story is he knows that this is something that you've done. Yeah. Oh
No.
my God. I don't go to Carl's Jr. Yeah, because that's the point of the story.
I don't do that.
Because that you do. You have done that our entire life.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? I quit. I want a divorce. I'm done. I'm gonna.
Well, since we're on the topic of health,
health.
Health crisis.
Yeah.
Last week you had a little one. Scared the bejeevers out of me. Let me say mine first.
Okay.
So I don't know what we did. I ran out errands late in the afternoon. I had to go to the bank or something or whatever.
about
And I was
3.
running around doing errands. You were here. And I'm on my way home, like on my last stop. And I said, "Hey, I'll be there soon."
Right.
Because we had a live stream that night.
Yeah.
And you said, okay, pains in my chest. I think you said, "I've been having pains in my chest." I'm like, "Oh, shit."
Yeah.
So hit my last place and then got home. And I think you met me in the house or something. And you
It was
said,
about 20 minutes after you got home. You unloaded some stuff you had, and
yeah. And you said, "I think I have to go to the ER." And when you say that, you don't like hospitals. Like,
I hate hospitals.
And so I was like, okay, this is serious.
There's very few times that I've actually ever said, call an ambulance or take me to the hospital.
Yeah. So I gathered my purse and everything.
3 times in 30 years.
So you want to tell them what happened?
Well, it's kind of a weird gig, and this is going to settle back in your chairs, boys and girls.
Story time.
Uncle Remus got a story to tell you. It was a chest pain, and it kept coming and going. Like, it would hurt, and then it would go away, and 10 minutes later, it would come back and hurt. Then it got to be, and it was doing that for a while, 10 minutes apart.
Before I even left.
Yeah, then it got to be 6 minutes apart. Then it was 3 minutes apart. By the time you came home, it was kind of happening every minute or so. And that's when I said, okay, if this keeps up, something's going to break. Something's going to break inside me. I said, we need to go in. So we go in. As soon as we get there, we grab the wheelchair because I brought my own wheelchair, and we go inside. And the first thing is some lady comes running out into the lobby. We're still filling out paperwork.
God, she kept looking at us. She walked by and looked at us, walked by, looked at us, leaned over, looked at you.
And then she goes, "I know you."
And I'm like, not now.
Not a good time.
Not in the ER.
Yeah, not a good time. And it's like,
And so I tried talking to her to keep her away from you. That's
Yeah.
what I was doing because she really wanted, and I'm like, he is not in the mood for
I'm
this.
not in the mood for anything. And then
So I'm
she's
talking
like,
to her. She was a nurse, an EMT/nurse
Yeah.
thing she said, and I was trying to talk to her, and you were talking to the receptionist, or that actually she
The
was I think
intake
the
lady.
triage
Yeah.
nurse. So
the guy who caught on to that was the security guy, and he knew who we were. He knew who both of us were, and he was trying to say, "Hey, leave them alone. This is they're Gen X Talks, but
yeah,
they're
there's
not,
a time to meet us, and then there's a time.
they're not here to have lunch. We're not having champagne in the afternoon here." So what was funny was the whole thing is when you go into the emergency room, what do you meet? 4 people, 6 people? The whole time you're there, you meet the security guy, you meet the intake person, you meet the triage lady, then a nurse takes you back, and then there's one doctor that treats you, maybe a blood work person comes in and gets. So by the time you're done, you've probably met 4 to 6 different people.
Correct.
Okay, well, out of those 6 people, 4 of them were having a fit about Gen X Talks.
Yes.
Taking pictures, you know. And
And people were bringing
people, yeah, they were people from across the hospital, like, oh my gosh, guess who's over here in this room in emergency? Come see Gen X Talks. I'm like, yeah, I'm really not in the mood.
at your worst.
But I did take pictures. I didn't turn anybody away.
Yeah.
I was very nice to everybody, but and mainly because the chest pains were coming and going. So if they showed up when it wasn't killing me, I was like, yeah, it's Gen X Talks, and hey, thanks for
Kind
watching.
of passed the time while we were there.
A little bit, but it was just, I kind of thought maybe you shouldn't be doing this right now. Anyway, so the pains were close together. We go in there, and let me try to describe this to you, because no one listened. The whole time, nobody listened. The only person I think who listened was Dr. McDreamy. Okay? My chest pain was to the left of my chest. Let's say where my chest muscle is. Okay? And it was on the surface. It was like it felt like a big vein or artery. It was outside my rib cage. I could feel it. Like when the pain hit, I could grab with my fingers and go, okay, I grabbed it. I've got the pain. I could scrunch my skin right there, my muscle, and go, it's right here. It's right here. Like if I had a knife, I could just cut it out. It's right here. It's not very deep, maybe half an inch deep into my skin. And I would tell them that. They'd go, okay, so you're having a heart attack. No, I don't feel this is near my heart. It doesn't feel like it's an angina attack. It doesn't feel like it's a hiatal hernia. It doesn't feel like a heart attack. I'm not having it's right fucking here. Now, the problem was, to me, and I'm getting this wrong, it felt like you were pushing a golf ball through a garden hose. And it felt like something was straining to go through the vein like a blood clot. And all of a sudden it would pop and go through. Everything's fine. No more pain.
Yeah.
But man, when it was trying to go through the opening or whatever, it felt like someone had a pair of pliers on my artery. And when they pinched it, every artery down my legs, down my arms, it hurt. It burned, all of it, all at once. Bam. And then as soon as it passed through, everything was fine.
And it kept doing that over and over?
That's what was happening at the house every few minutes until it got to where it was constant. And that's why I was pinching that part of my chest all the way to the hospital, all the way back to the room, because it was happening so often. And nobody was fucking listening. I'm going, it's right here.
And you've
I'm touching
explained that
it.
for years.
Oh,
like it's the same.
Yeah,
same
it happens
pain.
on and off, but this one was so bad I had to go in.
Yeah.
But no one's listening. So they do all their tests, they do their EKG. They got me hooked up to the machine behind me.
I'm in constant contact with Dr.
Dr. McDreamy, yeah. So he's guiding people because McDreamy doesn't take a bunch of shit. Like he fucking knows his job better than anyone. You know, he's one of the most sought after doctors on the West Coast. And he is the fight doctor in Vegas. He's into sports medicine. He fucking knows his shit. Mm-hmm. So he politely goes along with, well, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing for tests? What are the numbers? And then he would tell him, do this, add this, add that.
I appreciated it.
Oh, yeah. He just he got it. And if they didn't want to listen to him, then you turned around and said, just fucking do it. And then that was it. So we're going down that road, and they come to the point of doing blood work. And this woman comes in.
It was the nurse that tried to do it.
It was a nurse. It was not, what was the girl's name? Shauna? She was Shauna?
Shauna was the EMT.
And she
was
wonderful.
Yes.
She was great. But
it wasn't her.
No. So this girl comes in to do the blood draw.
Kayla? No.
And I told her, I said, I have one rule when you draw blood. And I always tell them this. I don't care whether I'm giving blood or whether it's for a test.
You don't like giving blood.
I don't, but I do it. But I say that I had one rule. Don't dig around. Once you put the needle in my arm, if you didn't find a vein, pull it out.
Oh, I
Try
hate
again.
when they do that.
Don't dig around. When they start waving the needle after it's in your arm around, it fucking launches me through the roof. So I told them, that's the only rule I got. Don't do that. I don't care if you stick me 50 times, but you're not going to fucking dig around. You dig around, you're out. And she got it because I said, just don't go looking. Well, she poked me 75 times and never found anything in my arms, ever.
Yeah. So
I said, we're fine. It's no big deal. She thought she was hurting me. I go, no, we're okay. Then she finally found one on the back of my hand, which I didn't understand at all.
Us old people understand.
So she goes, so now follow me on this. This is the part that weirded me out. I even told Dr. McDreamy this, and he fucking blew a gasket.
Uh-oh.
Because he knows procedure. Okay,
Oh,
so
I know what you're
they
talking
take
about.
out they draw the blood into the syringe, and I don't know whether they usually when you get blood drawn, do they shoot the blood from the syringe into a vial then they screw the little blue cap on, or does the syringe become the little blue vial and you put the cap on?
I think it depends on what they use. I don't know. I didn't see it.
So either way, this girl draws one syringe of blood. You know, she pulls the lever back and then disconnects it from my arm and sets the syringe on the counter.
Like next to you.
Right next to me. And I'm like, and then she leaves.
I know. And that,
And I looked over there and I went,
blood like that.
why is my blood just sitting? She didn't even put it in a vial with a cap on it.
It's time sensitive.
It just sat there and I'm like, is that normal? And I remember telling you.
That's when the mosquito came in.
The mosquito?
Yeah, the girl from the lab. That was drawing your blood. Lobotomist? Is
Well,
that
then
what
who
they're
drew
called?
my blood and got it in the syringe?
The nurse. The nurse that hooked up your IV.
Oh, yeah.
The
That's
nurse
right.
did it. Then
That's right.
she
The nurse
came
did it.
in for the cart to draw your blood, and
And
you're
I
the one
said,
that said that to her.
I go, wait, they already drew my blood. She goes, what do you mean? I go, this girl just came in and drew the blood. She goes, well, I didn't get it. I go, it's right there on the counter. And then her eyes opened up like, what?
Yeah.
I go, it's just sitting there in the syringe. They didn't even put a cap on it or put it in a vial. It's just sitting right there. So she grabs
And she
it.
even said, she goes, it's compromised now.
Yeah,
Like,
she said it's compromised.
Yeah.
She asked me how long it had been there. I said, I don't know, about 12 minutes was my guess. That was pretty accurate.
That's pretty.
And so she takes off with it, and then they run all the tests. But I remember telling Dr. McDreamy, I'm like, dude, the fucking thing sat there on the counter in the syringe for a bit. And it might even have been longer. But he goes, that is not the fucking way you do shit. And then the lady came in to draw the blood. She had no idea that they'd already drawn it. She's like, what? I'm here to do that. I'm like,
No
well,
communication.
Yeah, they fucked up on that. The constant good was Shauna. She was trying to keep everybody in line. Like, well, you fucking already came in here. Get your shit together. Now there's a second person in there. He's already. I mean, she was trying to guide them. Of course, she was running 6 patients. It wasn't just me. So she leaves it out. They figured it out, and they did the EKG, and they said, well, the EKG didn't show anything, and you're not having a heart attack. I said, I didn't think I was having a heart
Then
attack.
your blood test, the tropamine, came back negative.
Everything came back, no stroke, no heart attack. I said, fine. I didn't think I was having a stroke or a heart attack. I keep telling you, it's right here, but it shuts me down. I mean, it makes me paralyzed for about 2 seconds until it passes. And it does pass. So then they have me hooked up to that machine behind me, which I don't even know what it is. It does blood pressure, it does oxygen,
Yeah.
and it has a few leads on it. It's not the EKG machine, but it was the one behind me on the thing, and it was beeping up there. And I go, okay, I just had another attack. They had 3 in a row. So Shauna runs to wherever the printer is
Yes.
and trying to print out the results
as it's happening.
as it's happening, but she didn't get there in time. So a few minutes later, does it again, and she was right there. She ran to the printer again, which is in another part of the building, and she's trying to print it out, and she goes, I didn't get it again. So now she hooks me up to the EKG machine and goes, now we're going to get it. Now, she was just going to let the EKG machine run the whole time, just printing and printing and printing and printing.
Yes, she was.
And I said, are you allowed to do that? She goes, well, I can't stand here the whole time. I've got other patients. I said, so what are you going to do? She goes, well, if we have patients that we know are dying, we can just let it run till they expire. I said, do I look like I'm dying? Are you going to tell everyone that I'm dying? Is that where we're going with this? She goes, it'll be fine. So this other, now somebody else comes back in and goes, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't let that run the whole time. And she goes, okay. So then she tells me, when your attack starts again, press the button. I go, you want me to work the EKG machine so I can record the evidence myself because you guys can't seem to get this figured out. She goes, yeah, exactly. When you have the attack, press the button. It's like, fuck. So we waited there another like 2.5 hours and the attack never came
Then
back.
they instructed me to do it, to push the button.
Then they had you because anytime I moved, my leads would come off or something. But they said this is the only way we're going to get it. You guys got to do it, and the attack never came back. So we ended up doing this whole thing,
But they did give you nitroglycerin, and they did give you
well,
some morphine.
okay, that goes back to McDreamy's thing. I was in a lot of pain, and they offered me pain medicine, and I said no. I don't want any because I hate taking
I
pain
know,
pills.
but I wanted it to take the edge off.
Right. And I didn't care. I'm like, no. So then I heard you talking to Dr. McDreamy. He's like, he was saying something to you, yelling or something, and got mad. And so he hands me the phone. He goes, look, he goes, it's not just for the pain. It opens up your blood vessels, I guess, for medicine or other things. He goes, it does other things than just the pain, dumbass. So you got to open your pores. And I'm like, all right, or open your veins or your blood vessels or something. So look,
He was telling me, and I'm like, would you like to talk to him?
his words to me where he goes, look, you can't be in the driver's seat on this.
No.
You got to be in the passenger seat. Let me drive and just shut up. So I said, all right, I'll take the morphine or whatever it was.
You're lucky you're not in the hospital with him. He wouldn't even ask you. He
wouldn't even ask me. He'd have done it. So I did what he said. Everything went okay. I relented. I turned the reins over to him, and he was limited on what he could do through an emergency room because they can't run every test he wants. It's a kind of a bullshit deal.
No, I had to be his eyes and ears. That's why I kept telling him and trying to text him everything that was happening.
So we get through it. They don't figure out what's wrong. The pain finally subsides and goes away. Now I'm sore. I just feel like I got hit by a truck. And here's a byproduct of what they did. What was that last drug they gave me to like remove water or something from your system?
Lasix.
Yeah, and I said they said it's going to make you go to the bathroom on the way home. They handed me a portable urinal, and I'm going, I'm not using this. She goes, yes, you will. You'll need it, the nurse says. And I said, listen, if I have to piss that bad, I'm pulling over on the side of the road. I'll piss on a tree before I piss in my truck in this thing. And she goes, well, you should take it anyway. So
Probably just cost us $100.
I know. So I take it home, made it all the way home. Had to go to the bathroom a bunch. But what they don't tell you about that stuff, which I didn't find out till the next day from Dr. McDreamy, is not only does it take the water or whatever out of your system, which, if you're bloated or swollen or whatever, and it really did a good job, made me feel a lot better, but it takes all the potassium out of your system. And I fight with leg cramps. And I had the worst night of my life with leg cramps that night. I was drinking quinine to shut those things down all night long. And then Dr. McDreamy the next day, he goes, oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you, when they took that, they gave you that, they zapped you of potassium, so you were screwed. I wouldn't mind taking those. If there was a pill you could take for that water drainage relief thing, I'm okay with that. I'll go to the bathroom 50 times because it made me feel better. And if it's the leg cramp thing, I'll keep drinking that tonic water with quinine.
I'm sure you told Dr. McDreamy that, right?
No, I'm telling him now.
Oh, my gosh.
So anyway, so we spent all that 8 hours in the hospital. I missed my show. They didn't figure anything out, and they never do. The pain.
But Dr. McDreamy says he has an idea where to go with this, didn't he?
Yeah, it gives him some clues on some stuff now. But it was just the only reason I went in is because I was getting close to panic. I didn't know what this was, and it hurt so bad when it happened. I thought, fuck, I'm in trouble here. Anyway, so we went, we did their stuff, and it was a little tacky. Dr. McDreamy says usually when people know you, if you're kind of semi-famous or something, people know you. He goes, the typical problem he's trying to fight is everybody wants to be the hero doctor and save the famous person. I said, yeah, that wasn't happening. Nobody was going out of their way to save me or really dive into this. They were brushing me off like, I got my picture with the general. I'm good. And that was it. Nobody's going out of their way. There's one yawn.
I'm sorry, people. One yawn.
Over under is 4 today.
I had a little surprise visit while in the ER.
A pleasant surprise. Yeah, go ahead.
So, as you know from the Cancer Podcast, I was in the hospital 11 years ago, and I had the most wonderful nurse team ever in the hospital. I had my chemo and everything here in town at a little small hospital here. So the nurse thinks that you get to know them, when they work, their rotation stuff. So lo and behold, 11 years later, we're in a totally different hospital here in town with my husband, and a nurse comes around the corner, and it's one of my nurses that I had on the ward 11 years ago. Cold Deep was her name. We went through hell together. She was my person on the side. It was so great to see her 11 years later.
Well, and she wasn't even in our area, but she saw our last name on the patient intake sheet, and she went, oh, my God, I wonder if this is them. There's 2 yawns.
Oh, my God.
2 yawns. And
coffee.
she came all the way over across the hospital just to see if my name, if you might be, and sure enough,
Yeah.
she's like, oh my God, I saw the last name. I wondered if you'd be here. And then you guys had a little reunion there. That was
Yeah,
nice.
we gave each other a big, huge hug. It was really, really nice. So, hey, we're heading up to Reno this weekend to start doing a few things. Have
Yeah.
you checked in with everybody before going? Like the help that we're having?
Well,
or
I got to talk. Christine, okay, you know Ben Matlock, never lost a case.
never lost a case.
Ben Matlock is the point guy in Reno. He knows everybody. He's the center guy when we
He's
need.
your contract.
He's the guy when we need.
He's the guy.
He's the guy.
Everybody knows a guy.
He's like, well, I got to have a well guy. He goes, I got 3 guys ready to go. I need to have a guy to clear the land. I got a guy ready to go. He's the guy who has a guy. All right.
You have a guy. He has multiple guys.
He has all the guys.
He's got all the
So
guys.
Ben Matlock's the guy, and he's been very gracious and kind to us the whole way, and it's only because of him we even have a chance at doing this. However, I found that there's 3 yawns.
Oh my God.
There's 3.
I didn't sleep good last night.
I have found that if you want the big things done, you go to Ben. Ben, I need to clean this debris off the acreage, and we need some equipment down here. You go to Ben. But if you need anything else done, you go to his wife, Christine. To which I
Isn't
find
that
out
the truth?
Yeah, he delegates to her anyway, she says.
Like every other man.
So I've gone to her for some stuff. And one of the things I wasn't anticipating, and this is really going to financially set us sideways a little bit, is I thought we'd buy the land, get a permit for a power pole, get a permit for a well, get a permit for septic, get a permit for, and just build as we go. Come to find out in Lyon County, no. You have to have an entire map of where your power, water, sewer, house design, architect schematics all laid
We're going
out,
to have to make a lot of decisions.
submitted, and then you can begin permitting everything and go.
But you can change it after you do
Well,
that,
sure,
right?
but you have to pay a civil engineer to draw all that up. I didn't know we were going to have to hire one. I didn't know one. I don't know what we're doing. So I'm thinking, great, and this is going to be a bunch of money that I don't have.
Yeah.
So Ben goes, hey, I got the guy for you. He was trying to make the meeting that we were at the property. His name's Duke.
Duke.
I said, you know a civil engineer named Duke? He goes, yeah. I go, you sure this is the guy? He goes, this is the guy.
Okay.
He goes, I'll tell him the situation you're in. He'll want to help. Everything's going to be okay. All right. And Duke's the guy. He keeps telling me, super smart guy, knows all the rules, knows all the laws, going to get this pushed through. So now we got to go see Duke.
Now we got a guy.
Now we got a guy named Duke. So he finally gets me in touch with Duke, and I text Duke, and I say, hey, Duke, this is my name and stuff, friend of Ben Matlock's. Never lost a case. And we're trying to just get us so we can talk about what's going on, because I really don't know what I'm doing here. Maybe you can give me an education. So eventually he texts me back. I text him back. He texts me back. I text him back. We're trying to get to a point where we can do a phone call because we're both caught off guard with being busy. And so I finally text Ben and I said, look, man, we're really not connecting here. And I'm trying to. This is becoming an issue. And he goes, don't worry. I'm playing golf with him right now. I'll get this straightened away. Now, I wanted Ben to lose at golf.
Did you tell him that?
I think I did. I think I told him.
Take one for the team, man.
Take one for the lose, and he'll be in a good mood. Then he'll want to help me. I don't remember if I said, I can't remember. I wanted to say it. I don't remember if I did. But either way, so he talks to Duke. He ends up winning. He beats Duke, of course. That ruins everything for me. 3 days go by, nothing from Duke.
Yeah, he's mad.
Yeah, because Ben beat him. He's like, fuck that. So I text Ben and I'm like, hey, man, I'm not sure what's going on. Still haven't heard from Duke. So another day goes by, and this is the message I get from Duke. Because remember, we're trying to achieve the phone call.
You've been texting.
Right.
Okay.
He text messages me and says, hey, man, I can't find your phone number. I don't know what I did with it. Why don't you give me a call tomorrow? I'll have time to talk. Now, I sat back in my chair looking at this going, he just text messaged me
On the number
that
he's supposed to.
doesn't have. So before I text Duke back, I screenshot this and I send it to Ben. And I said, is this some weird Nevada math I don't understand? He goes, what are you talking about? I said, look at the message. I just screenshot it for you. And he goes, what the fuck? I go, well, now I was a little trying to wonder. You got a civil engineer. He's got a PhD in architecture, and his name's Duke. No, not exactly. That's more of a street name, you know? And now he doesn't know that the number he's texting is also the number he can call.
Maybe he's a minor, you know, like
I don't know what's going on. So what do? I go to the backup plan.
God.
I text message Christine and I go, what the fuck is going on up there? She's just laughing her ass off going, yeah, this is typical of how these old boys work. Her husband included.
Technology's hard.
Technology's hard. So I think she was setting me at ease like, look, this is how these boys do it. They'll drink a lot of beer and they'll drink some whiskey and they'll be like, what's going on? And
Let me help you.
But then they'll come through and everything will be fine. I'm like, all right. So guess what? 2 more days have gone by. Still no Duke. Now no Ben.
And now we're going up there.
And now we're
Sunday.
going up there. So, but I'm just telling you now I got to meet Duke in person. I got to see what this guy looks like. And yeah, so that's
You guys are probably going to be long lost buddies after this.
I don't know. Everybody that Ben has pulled in as a guy has been exceedingly wonderful. I mean, they're literally bending their knee. You talk about Big JC coming in there, and he is doing this strictly as a favor to Ben and Gen X Talks to get us out of California and up to the Reno area. I mean,
I have a feeling it's going to happen very fast once you let the reins go.
maybe not a job he would even take on for pay.
Oh.
And, you know, of course, I'm telling him I'm going to pay him to do this, but he's just got all the answers. He's like, this is how we're going to do it. I kind of got a feeling that Duke will be the same way.
That's cool.
I kind of got
I
a
can't wait to
feeling
meet him too.
when we sit with Duke, he's going to say, yeah, this is the way to just submit what we want to do, get you going. Let's get down the road. Let's get things moving.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to set up a meeting for when we go up there, but Sun Valley Fox has got his tractor ready with a bucket. Christine has got 2 college-age guys going to meet us out there, 2 days of work. We're going to be ripping out fence. We'll do a lot of pictures and a lot of stuff. We'll show you guys what's going on. But I'm not, you know, when a guy texts you and says, I don't have your number, that just blows my fucking mind. I'm hung up on it. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, we'll have to see what
All right,
happens.
so now there's your Reno update. Blah 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 blah.
Okay, you got to
blah.
come clean on something.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to ask you live because now it's recorded, and then people can come back and listen.
Wow,
but
no heads up. Thanks.
No,
Appreciate that.
none at all. I've gotten some emails. I've got some Discord DMs. People are inquiring minds want to know.
About what?
Oh, well, they want to know about your Forrest Gump trivia story. Remember when we were in Monterey?
Oh,
that thing that
yeah.
happened?
No, it was the whole where the kidnapping occurred. Yeah.
One of the worst days.
Yeah, it was a tough day.
It was a couple hours of scariness.
Yeah, the Forrest Gump thing was just, I didn't know there was a, well, what did you want me to tell him? Just what happened?
Well, the one that goes with why don't you just tell everyone just the whole story?
Okay.
Can you do it short? Is that possible?
Of course I can.
Bullshit. I'm the most long-winded man I know.
Thank you. You're welcome, America and Denmark.
That wasn't a compliment. But go ahead.
We went to Monterey, took all the kids. We had 8 kids, I think. Briggs.
Went to the aquarium.
Went to the aquarium, yeah. Went to all the kids. Briggs was 3?
No, I think he was in the
2?
stroller, about 2.
He could walk because he was walking around.
Maybe 2, 3, yeah.
3 years, let's say 3 years old or 2 years old. Anyway, in the aquarium, up in this one corner, up this staircase way in the back, they have a play area.
Yeah.
Now, let me try to describe the play area. It's a very big room. It's a museum, and it's their 2nd or 3rd floor. And they put the play area in a corner.
Right.
In a corner, which means it has 2 big back walls that make the corner. And they simply they made 6-foot walls that make a square. They brought 2 6-foot walls out, and the entrance was on the very corner.
Right.
So if you stand at the entrance and let your kids in, you can look over this 4, 5, or 6, 5-foot wall, I guess it was, and you're at the corner of the square. You're not on the side,
right.
But you can look down one side and see all the way to the big wall, look down the other side all the way to the big wall. You can see the whole thing inside, and from standing right there where the entrance was, this opening, you kind of got a good view of everything. So
Yes.
I let all the kids go in there and play.
Right.
And Briggs too, and he was maybe 3, and he's running around. There's slides, and there's obviously places.
And we're watching. We're not.
Except there's places you can get into. You can't really see them. You know,
Right.
they're back inside the catacombs, but they're inside this area, and I can look down both walls. There's no way out. You got to come out. You either have to jump over the wall, which I can see both ways, or you got to come out through the entrance. Mm-hmm. So maybe 20 minutes in, I don't see Briggs. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. So I sent one of our young boys, I sent Bud in, who was like, I don't know, 8 at the time. And he runs through, he goes, I don't see him.
Yeah.
Well, then I grabbed our oldest son and I said, go find him. Now you're not playing around. You need to go find him. I sent
He was
our 2
like
oldest
14.
boys.
We
Yeah,
sent the big
14
boys
and
in.
13. I go, you 2 get in there and find your brother now. They came back and said, we went through the whole thing. He's not there.
So you told him to book to the front door.
I said, yeah, you guys run to the front door. And I grabbed the first security guy and said, you know, my 2-year-old son is missing. And he grabbed his walkie-talkie and locked the building down. That second, I mean, the doors came down.
And remember, we're 3 floors up.
Yeah, we're 3 floors up. He's only been missing about 20 minutes since I let him in there. Maybe he was missing
Not
6
very
or 7
long.
minutes at the most, because I did see him for a little bit.
Yeah.
And if he's not in there, that means that somebody snuck him over a wall without
Or
me seeing.
something, yeah.
And I went, no fucking way, because I'm pretty good at this shit. And they locked the place down. At the moment they locked the place down, like within 10 seconds, the doors came down of him being on the radio. And maybe 45 seconds after that, he gets a call on the radio. They found Briggs by the front door.
By himself.
Like 2 or 3 floors down, standing by the front door. And so we go down there, and sure enough, there he is. And all he could tell us was, he said, the lady took me to here and set me down and said to wait. And I said, what lady? You know, he's 3 or 2.5. He didn't know. And he said, the lady told me to wait right here. That's kind of what he said, like to stay. So he stood there. But what had happened was, once we locked the place down, they hadn't got out the door with him yet.
Yes.
They got close, but they couldn't get out the door, and the bars came down, and security was at every door. They knew who they were looking for, so this lady took him off to the side, set him down, and then she walked out
Yeah.
and left him inside.
It was horrible.
That was a pretty scary moment, especially for me, because that's the kind of shit I'm anticipating. Everywhere we go, I
Yes.
think something like that's going to
you
happen.
never know. That
To-
made us hyper aware.
To the point where my family makes fun of me. Oh, sure, Dad. Someone's going to kidnap us. Someone's going to sneak in our hotel room. Someone's going to hand the baby over the wall. Sure, Dad, that's going to happen. It only happens in movies, and you guys always make fun of me, but I'm always looking for shit like that. I'm always thinking it's going to happen, and they still got it by me.
Yeah.
So we got to him, and he was fine, and he didn't get
wasn't
out.
crying
No,
or
not at
anything.
all. He didn't know what was going on, but once he saw us, he was okay. He's like, "Oh, all right, things are normal." But yeah, we were probably 30 seconds later, and they'd have been out the door with him. 30
And
seconds.
never see him again,
Never see him
probably.
again. But we got I noticed it. I grabbed security. They shut it down, and we beat it probably by 30 seconds. So yeah, that's that story. Then we all went to Forrest Gump's, which I didn't even know was a place. I didn't even know this is years after the movie was out, but I didn't know Forrest Gump was a real restaurant. And I'm a huge Forrest Gump guy.
Yes, very much so.
So we take the whole family down there. We're sitting, everybody kind of shook this off except you. This rattled you for like a full day or so. Me, once it was over, I was like, all right. Yeah, I was scared then, but I'm not. It's over now. How long you want me to be scared for? I'm all right.
Forever.
So we were sitting there, and then you find out that Forrest Gump is a restaurant. The waitresses and waiters do trivia with you. And if you win their trivia, if you can beat the waiter or waitress at trivia, you get like a free dessert.
Yeah.
And which
You were like,
I
"Let's
smoked
game
them.
on."
I smoked them. I told them my kids could answer these questions, which they could.
We could.
Then they says, "Well, we'll get the hostess over here because she knows more." And then I beat her. And then they went and said, "Look, if you really want some stuff, you want to go to the gift shop would like get some free stuff from the gift shop. You want a bunch of shit. You got to go up against a general manager. I said, bring it on. So him and I traded trivia for 20 minutes. I remember, you know what's funny? I remember the question I beat him on,
I think I remember too.
but I can't remember the answer now.
Wasn't it the number on his jersey?
It was a number on his jersey.
Yeah.
What was Forrest Gump's number of his jersey when he played football in college? It was either 99 or 00, something like that. But
I thought it was 10. I don't know
No.
now. I can't remember.
I can't remember either, but the guy didn't know, and I did. And then he had one more chance to stump me, and he asked me a question, and I knew it right away. And he's like, holy shit. He goes, you're a ringer. I said, look, man, I didn't even know this restaurant was here. He thought I studied up before we came to eat there.
Yeah.
I said, I haven't seen the movie in years. I didn't even know you guys existed. So I promise you, I didn't prepare for this
Bubba
moment.
Gump Shrimp Factory.
Oh, yeah, Bubba Gump Shrimp Factory. It wasn't Forrest Gump. You're right. It was Bubba Gump Shrimp
That's
Factory.
what it was.
Anyway, so we had a bunch of fun there, and it kind of smoothed over the earlier kidnapping event, and then we went home.
Yes.
But I was able to use that event with all the kids and go, when I tell you to be worried about something, you better fucking be worried about it. You better keep it in your mind. Don't brush it off. Oh, just dad being dad again. Yeah, sure, dad. The world's good. There's boogeyman out there. Yeah, they kind of got it then.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we moved on from that. But there's that. Was that short enough? I told that pretty short, right?
Yeah, it was short.
All right.
That's fine. That's fine. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Maybe that'll clear up some things.
Real quick, you know the KitchenAid mixture that you have?
Yes. What about it? You
Is-
gonna buy me another one?
No, I'm not buying you another. What would you possibly need two
You
of those
never
for?
know. You
No.
can't have too many.
Nice try.
What the hell?
If I buy a KitchenAid mixer, is that a good baby shower present or a baby warming? What do you call it when you give a woman a present? Hey, you had a baby. Here's a gift. What's it called? Is there a name for it? It's not really a birthday present. You don't give a brand new baby.
Congratulations, you had a baby? I don't
Yeah,
know.
well,
No,
you know-
you don't buy them. I mean,
Yeah, they have a baby shower and everybody gives them gifts and stuff.
for the baby.
Right. Well,
The baby doesn't need a mixer. You're going to get our daughter a mixer.
is that
for
okay?
having-
Is that a gift? Is that a good gift?
like the time you bought me a vacuum for our anniversary?
Okay, listen. I try to tell you that was a vacuum that is guaranteed for life.
Do I tell you what tools to buy?
No, but do you remember even the name of those vacuums?
The Kirby vacuums?
The Kirby $1,200 vacuum cleaner.
You don't buy things like that unless you just, I
Listen.
won't go buying you tools.
Listen, that Kirby vacuum at $1,200 should have let you know on our anniversary. I'm in this for the long haul.
Cleaning
That vacuum will
my
be
house
here.
is what it said.
It meant that I was in this for a long-term
You've heard
investment.
the term "diamonds are a girl's best friend."
Yeah.
When was the last time that happened?
Oh yeah, I haven't bought you diamonds in a while. You've got them all. You got them all. You're good.
Bullshit. Do not buy our daughter a mixer.
Are you serious? I can't buy her a mixer for like the
You know
baby
what?
shower?
I'll tell you this.
What?
She probably would not be surprised. You'd come up with something funny to,
So I got to twist it with something clever to hide the fact that it's a great gift?
Hold on. I just had a realization. You had just admitted that you're going to be a grandfather.
No,
Yes, you did.
I didn't say that.
You said our daughter's having a baby.
Yeah, well, geez, your
So
daughter.
that means you're the grandfather.
Your daughter's having a baby.
So you're buying my daughter a
Yeah,
mixer.
right, yeah.
No, you just admitted you're getting tomorrow. We're
Okay.
going to be grandparents tomorrow.
How do you know tomorrow? It's not due yet.
Yeah, they're doing a C-section. It's scheduled. If she doesn't have the baby tonight,
So I need to overnight this mixer where they can
Yes.
present it to her in the hospital and go,
the
here
baby
you go.
will be here tomorrow.
They have a baby in one arm and a KitchenAid mixer in the other arm.
She's delivering a ginormous football tomorrow.
How big?
Well, they're guesstimating from the scan that he's
9 pounds?
11 pounds.
Whoa.
Our daughter is only 5'3", people. Like,
Wow.
I had to have a little talk with her going, first of all, they messed up on her due date like
Yeah.
2 or 3 times. And she has been huge and uncomfortable. And they finally said, oh, man, well, I think we did.
We think we messed up on your due
And
date. Sorry
so
about that.
the baby right now is 11 pounds and they're taking for a C-section tomorrow. So this guy's coming in as a bruiser. It's a boy.
You
He's coming
skipped-
in as a football.
I got it, but you skipped over. Am I supposed to twist this into? Do I got to make up a story now to make the mixer okay? You got all sidetracked
I
with
don't
yourself.
know. because you admitted to being a grandfather. So I was
We're
like, shocked.
past that. We're way past that.
You do whatever you want to do, our daughter will completely understand. She'll think it's hilarious because it's you.
I'm not doing it as a joke.
But it's you.
Oh my God.
I mean,
you know
you're the
what?
only dad in the world that would buy their daughter a mixer when she has a
This
baby.
mixer will last forever.
Tell her to make baby food.
Yeah, or to make cookies. Yeah. See, this mixer will be around when the grandson is old enough to lick the cookie dough off the blender little blades.
Well, guess what else I found out?
I have no idea.
The wonderful United States Marine Corps is giving our son-in-law 90 days off when this baby is born.
Wow.
That's a good
That's a
length
good
of time.
chunk. Yeah.
He doesn't have to do his job. I'm sure he's thrilled. What are you talking about?
All right. So that was all I was asking. I didn't mean for this to be a long, drawn-out thing. I simply asked you a simple question. Is a KitchenAid mixer a good present for, like, having a baby?
You decide.
You turned this into a long fucking
I did.
thing. Yeah. All right. I'm just going to do it. I'm not even asking you anymore. All right.
Why would you ask me in the first place?
I have no idea.
I know. Well,
I'm getting a lot of flack and confusion on Patreon
what about?
because, okay,
The
on
kid gave you Patreon, which was a big mistake.
Patreon is $1. Everybody signs up for Patreon because we send out an email, hey, we're going live. That's it. Now, we also, because it's a paid site for $1, every post we put up on our member sites, on the General's
Behind the
Lunchbox,
scenes.
on Facebook or YouTube community section, if it's labeled as, if it's labeled members only, we give special content. If you're going to pay $1, we give you special content. All right. So, did I take one of these yet?
I don't know.
I
Oh
can't
my
remember.
gosh.
I can't remember if I took a 5-hour. Be a fucking jitterbug if I take 2, but I can't. All right, I'm not taking it. Secret sauce, not taking it. All right. So
Okay.
all of a sudden, Patreon has a thing when I go to post now, I just put a post up and I click through, click, post. Put up a picture and a story, click, post. Now, as you're clicking, it stops you and goes, would you like to charge for this post?
What? An additional charge?
An additional charge. And I was
Okay,
like, oh, what? So I always click no, no additional charge. And I started looking at it, and you can put up a post.
Okay.
And you could say, even though you're paying $1, you could pay $5 because this post is really super special. Now, we don't, I really thought about it. Could we raise money this way? Could we raise a few bucks for people trying to do events or people that have been around the program for years but don't have a t-shirt? Maybe we can get a couple bucks. We could spread it around that way, but we don't have anything worth posting.
Not for extra money.
No, because we give them everything. We absolutely put everything out there. If it's not for public and it's for members, we just share it.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Let me finish.
Okay.
So I experimented with Trippy the other day. I said, well, if you put up a post, I wonder what it looks like. You know, can you read the description, but you can't see the picture?
Oh, how does it get posted?
Yeah, how does it look
Okay,
to everybody?
okay.
So I posted something for money because the minimum was $3. And I had Trippy look at it. And Trippy goes, I can see the post.
Okay.
I can see the whole thing. So I tried it a different way. Trippy goes, I can see the whole thing. I'm like, fuck. And because he spends the $1 and we only have one tier, we don't have where you pay $1, $5, $10, $20. We just have $1.
Right.
You can see it. Now, any non-paid member, any just average person who has free memberships, they can't see it and they'd have to pay for that picture or that video or whatever it is.
Okay. I'm smelling what you're stepping in.
All right. So how do I make it invisible to all the $1 people? I had to go make a $5 tier. And I kind of told everybody, don't join the $5 tier. I don't have anything to offer you. If you join the $5 tier, I don't $5 per month. I don't have anything extra to give you. We're giving everything to the $1 people, so who cares? However, if the $5 tier exists, I can post a picture or a video that no one can see, even the $1 people, unless they pay. All right.
But that's a membership, right?
Yeah, it's a membership. You'd have to pay $5 a month instead of the $1. But I wrote on there, don't anybody go do this. Don't go do the $5 one. There's no reason to.
But what if they want to see the video?
If they're a $1 member, they can pay to see the video per video.
Okay.
So if you're a $1 member, it's blocked and it says, do you want to pay $3 and see this? You're a $1 member. You're like, yeah, I want to. Now, yes, if you were a $5 member, you could just see it. But who wants to pay $5 every month?
All right. I follow you.
In the hopes that I put up videos.
Okay.
So right away, 2 people sign up to be $5 members.
Okay.
It was Justin Bennett and somebody else, and I was like, man, I don't know that I have anything to offer you. I thank you for doing that, of course, but I'm going to put up some exclusive members only, but I don't know if I have anything extra.
Okay.
And one woman says, she goes, we don't need to see a bunch of naked pictures. Don't worry about that. Forget her name. She goes, but all those stories you tell us about your security cam footage of you falling in the pool, of the leaf hitting your Johnson, of mom getting chased by the chickens in the
Or
garden.
me walking out in my underwear in the middle of the night.
Walking out in your underwear in the middle of the night. She goes, we'd totally be down to see those as $5 members. And I thought, I forgot about security cam
Because
footage.
when it's summer here, I just walk out in my underwear and my tank top to
Yeah.
take the dogs out in the middle of the night.
And stuff happens.
Yeah.
We have had things where the kid got scared by a cat. We've had footage. We got footage of a big rat in the garage walking right up to the camera and staring at the camera, going "Fuck you, try to catch me."
That's right.
I mean, we do have some stuff, but I never thought about the security camera. So now we've got 2 people to join the $5 one, but the whole thing was going back to trying to find something to post that might be a little flirty, risque, no nudity.
Obviously, it's me. You wouldn't post something like that of you. What did you do?
I found one thing.
No. What did you do?
I didn't do it yet. I made the video. I doctored it up. I put some 70s porn music to it, and it was just talking. But do you remember when you overfilled my Tumblr?
Oh, my God.
And I said,
I was just messing with you.
I know you're messing around, but I go, you overfilled it. We can't even put the lid on it now. And I thought you were just going to put the straw in and suck out some of the soda so we could put the lid on it. This is a long time ago, of course, but I still have it. That's not how you chose to suck it out.
Damn security camera.
And then you sucked it so hard you snarfled it. You spit it out on the floor. And I go, well,
You're on my nose.
I go, you're sucking and spitting. And then you stood up and went, oh my God, I got it in my hair. And you said,
I hate when that
you hate
happens.
when that. Anyway, I got the whole thing on video. And I thought this might be funny to put out there as like, hey, would you pay a couple dollars to
This
listen?
isn't shedding a very nice light on me right now.
Well, that's why I thought we should only, though there's a lot more of those moments than people think, but it was totally funny. It wasn't rehearsed. It was just you being a dork. And I thought maybe we could sell that video for a couple bucks and we could use it to pay
it
for
was
some
pretty
stuff.
funny. I make you laugh a lot.
It made you laugh so hard. Also, you almost paid. It was like, oh my gosh, you're going to lose your shit right now. It was funny.
Because it was just spur of the moment, just went with it.
But
I can't believe, I keep forgetting there's a studio camera.
there are moments like that you could take and go, this would be funny. And if people would pay a couple bucks, if 10 people paid
Yeah,
$3.
we could do the one of Loud One burning our house, almost burning our house down.
No shit. Yeah. Showing him catching the fucking oven on fire. But we could, if 10 people paid $3, I know it's not much, but there's $30. But now guess what? I know I got a list of people right now that live less than paycheck to paycheck that have been friends of our program for 3 years that would love a t-shirt. And that just makes it easier for us to give away a couple t-shirts. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I'm thinking that it might be a cool thing to do, but I was not trying to I told everyone, don't do the $5 club because I don't know that I can give you stuff. And truthfully, even though there is a lot of content that we put out, who has time to go find it and edit? I mean,
it's
I don't know that we
you're
would.
on me all the time about Instagram, posting on the subscriber page for Instagram because there's just so much. I do my
Right.
best.
I know,
do
but
my best.
it's a time thing. But
It is.
I don't want people to pay. And if somebody wants to donate $5 a month on Patreon just because they've got the cash to do that, that's great.
We appreciate it.
We love you guys.
We
But I
appreciate
wouldn't ever tell anybody, hey, spend the $5, you're going to get some stuff. No, that I just needed to make that other tier so I could make this part of Patreon where you pay for a picture or a story.
Now
work.
that we've kind of lost the kid and the kid has trained us to do a bunch of it's just you and I, babe. That's it.
Yeah, it's
Running this
just-
whole channel is
I just
you and
wanted
I.
you to know-
And our moderators are fabulous. You know, they help out so much with us, but the grunt of it is us posting
Yeah.
and live streaming.
It's a tough
It's a
deal.
full-time
It's a
plus
tough deal.
job.
So
We make $20 an hour.
I'm lucky if I'm making $6 an hour. Jesus, that'd be great. I'd love to.
We need to go.
I'd love to sue the kid for minimum wage and go, hey, you're not even keeping up with minimum wage, you slave driver.
to go get on Newsom and say, hey, man.
That's right. How much for social media people? We demand more, man. We should be like fast food workers.
All right, you know what?
Yeah.
You know how last week we said we were just going to touch on the kids last week?
And we
not
did.
We very little, though,
Very
right?
little. Yeah.
Man, people were not happy. This is like a daytime
I thought
soap opera.
I thought they were mad because we spent too much time talking about our idiot kids.
That's what we thought, too. The last two, we were
I'm
like,
still not going to spend an over amount of time. I don't want to.
well, we got to give them an update.
All right, here's
That's
one.
what they're waiting for.
All right, I'm still giving Cliff notes on this. Here's one. Jade, one of the things, she pays a couple bucks rent, and because she's 25, and I tell her, you have one chore. Every day, do the dishes. Every day when you come home from work or whatever you're doing, do the dishes, clean up the kitchen, just wipe everything down and do the dishes.
She's the last one home.
So mom doesn't have to do it.
Yeah,
She might do it 2 days a week. And I'm angry.
if that.
I'm fucking mad. So the dishes were piling up, and it's not even her day to work. It's her day off. And she gets dressed. She comes downstairs. She loads up all of her gear and takes off with her friends. And I called her. I go, where are you? She goes, I'm still in the neighborhood. I'm driving away. I'm going to go have lunch with my girlfriends. Then we're going shopping. And I go, what about the dishes? She goes, oh, yeah, I forgot again. I'll just do them when I get home. I go, you'll do them right now or pack your shit. And she goes, what? I go, turn your car around, drive home. You skip so many fucking days. If mom comes down and sees this, she's just going to do it. Mom's not going to sit with the dirty kitchen all day. Not going to happen. Oh, she was pissed. We went to blows on that. She came in the house. I go, go ahead. Say one fucking word and you're kicked out anyways. Go ahead. You don't do the dishes like you're supposed to. You're not upholding it. Go ahead. Mouth off. Tell me one fucking thing I don't want to hear right now. And she just closed her mouth, walked right by me, went in the kitchen. I don't think she did that great of a job, but she did get the dishes unloaded and reloaded and kind of rinsed the sink. And she did the bare minimum and got out of there. That's one. With a bad consequence for you.
With a bad consequence.
When she reloaded the dishwasher, what happened?
So, unbeknownst to me, she put a knife upright in the utensil holder.
Blade up.
Blade up. And I have taught my kids to never, ever, ever, ever put knives up like that. You got to put them down. So she had left and I was loading from our lunch. I was putting it in the dishwasher and getting ready. And I had put my hand down to put some utensils in there and it sliced my knuckle on my pinky finger, something awful.
In such a weird fucking way. It hurt so bad I could tell.
Oh, it was just bloody. I mean, it got me so good. And all I did was pull my hand out, run it under the faucet, put paper towel on it.
Yep.
I got a Band-Aid and came to you and said, you got to put this on there. It hurt so bad.
Yeah, you take pain better than anybody I've ever met. Better than me.
Well, thank you.
You take pain better than any man, woman, or child I've ever seen. So when you come to me and something fucking hurts, I know it hurts off the charts.
Well, I had to stop the bleeding, and I wasn't sure how deep it was. I had pressed it back together, so it didn't take a chunk out. It was skin to skin.
We should have super glued it.
I know, but I got it back together. But yeah, I came to you for help.
So that pissed me off. Then I told her, I said, hey, thanks for fucking up the dishes. You just hurt mom. And here's why, because you're in such a fucking hurry. You don't follow the rules. You don't care. And she's like, yeah, okay, sorry. I know she said more to you, but I was angry. Also, this is the other thing I noticed in a little footnote here. Her boyfriend had said, come over. We're going to have dinner. We're going to watch a movie, spend the night. Tomorrow morning, we're having breakfast with all of our friends. And it was a big, big thing. And so the whole day, yeah, I'm getting dressed up. I'm going over to his apartment. We're going to have dinner. We're going to watch a movie. I'm going to spend the night. And then tomorrow we're going to go with all of our friends. And it kept getting later and later and later. And then she tells me, I'm not going.
Did she say why?
Well, I asked if I asked did it get canceled. I go, something come up? She goes, no, I just don't want to go. So he's calling her going, are you almost here? Are you almost here? Are you almost here? She goes, yeah, I'm almost there. I'm leaving now. I'm leaving now. I'm leaving now. And then eventually, and no, I'm not going. And she wasn't even upset. She goes, yeah, I just don't want to go. And the next morning she got up and she left really early because she didn't miss the breakfast with everybody.
Yeah, but I have something to add to
She
that.
likes being home.
But I have something to add to that.
Yeah.
Do you remember it was their anniversary of dating like a couple weeks ago?
Well, we talked about this last podcast.
And they said they were going to do it. They didn't, because I said, how was your anniversary? Did you guys do anything? And they were like, she says, no, we're going to do it another day.
That's what this was.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, this was the day.
That's what I wanted to know.
Because last week we talked about them. He didn't go to Disneyland with them.
Right.
She went with their girlfriends on the
They
anniversary
didn't
day.
do anything for their anniversary, right?
Neither did she. No flowers, no roses, no rings, no cards, no nothing. They barely even saw each other, just
Right.
in passing. And this was the day they were supposed to celebrate. And he had dinner and a movie, and she didn't even show up. She's like, yeah, I'll just be there tomorrow. So I don't know. I don't.
We don't have no idea.
I have
where
no
that
idea
is.
what's fucking going on in her head. Now, you want to talk about Briggs?
Oh, do we?
Well, I'm mad at you, too. I am fucking angry at you about this shit. So Briggs is supposed to come over, and I'm keeping this short, Cliff Note version. If you guys have a suggestion, I've raised 32 kids, and for the first time in my life, I'm telling you, I'm open to suggestions because I'm at my fucking wit's end.
Go ahead.
So Briggs is supposed to come over every Monday. He's supposed to give us a Gen X Talks day where we do a lot of work,
That's
Gen
his
X
work
Talks,
day.
and he does some stuff around the house. Hey, can you help us with this? Because you're not supposed to lift stuff. I'm having trouble with my knees. He's like, yeah, no problem. I'll come over. You guys get me the whole day. So we never get him the whole day. He's always, I got to do some Cutco phone calls and Cutco laptop, but he does get here. Never on time. I told him he gets an extra $200 a month if he shows up 4 Mondays in a row on time.
Yep.
He hasn't done it once. Always late. Sometimes an hour late, sometimes 15 minutes late, but he will not show up on time. And this is the kid who's running out of gas every couple of days. So he puts me off doing stuff on the Monday, says, I promise I'll be there Tuesday. Okay. Tuesday comes around in the morning and I'm like, okay, dude, you're supposed to be here right now. Well, my boss is sick. I got to go run the store. I said, well, you made a commitment to me. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it Wednesday.
Yeah.
So Wednesday comes around and he says, yeah, I can't make it Wednesday, but I'll tell you what, I'll be there Thursday morning. I said, look, we have a podcast to do at 10 o'clock. We can't fucking do it, man. No, I'll be there at 8:30. And I said, okay, well, you're still picking mom up tonight. You had to go pick up our truck.
Yeah, I asked him to take me back to get our truck from the
Right.
dealer. Yeah.
So you had to go get our truck from the 4-wheel drive dealer. They put a tunnel cover on the back. He goes, yeah, no, I'll still do that. I promise I'll be on time. So he shows up.
was.
He shows up on time to drive you over to pick up our truck.
Right.
And you guys are walking out the door and he goes, well, I don't have any gas to even make it there. And I'm losing my fucking mind with this kid. I go, why would you come over here knowing your sole job is to drive mom over here without any gas?
Yep.
He goes, to be honest, Dad, I don't even know if I have gas to make it to the gas station.
And I even asked him if he's budgeted money for his gas every month. And he goes, I don't have a budget. I'm like,
No, he doesn't.
oh my gosh.
So you take him to the gas station. You give him $10, right?
That's what you wanted me to. Yeah.
$10 because
2 gallons.
Because every time he comes over, it's $20 in gas, Dad. $20 every time, and his truck leaks gas.
Yes, it's bad.
It's bad. You
There's
can
a
smell
leak
it.
somewhere. Yeah.
And I told him, and I know where it's coming from. I said, crawl into your truck, sit upright, just sit up, and look over the top of your gas tank with a flashlight. You're going to see the lines. You're going to see if it's coming out of the. There's a gasket up there where the fuel sender goes in. I go, just look and see. When it's dripping, you can see it. And guess what? He parks in the driveway. It drips. Crawl into there and see where it's coming from. And he won't do it. He won't even look to take a picture to show me where I can say this is what we need to do to fix it. And the other day I said, did you even take the picture yet? It's been a month. He goes, he got mad at me for asking. No, Dad. I didn't get to it yet. All right, fuck you then. Quit asking me for gas money, dipshit. So you ride in this uncomfortable truck with no air conditioning on a 105-degree day to the gas station to pick up the truck. You get the truck, and then you said, well, I'm talking to you on the phone. Yes, you picked up the truck, and you said, well, he's coming home. He'll be there before me. I go, why is that fucker coming here? Well, you told him you'd be over at 8:30 in the morning Thursday so we can do a bunch of Gen X Talk stuff before the podcast. I said, okay, so have him go home. Well, he wants to save gas. I said, he's driving right by his apartment.
He was.
He's driving right down the street. Just turn in and park. We're not wasting much gas. So he comes here anyway and says, well, the traffic to turn into my apartment is always, it takes such a long time to turn left. I didn't want to waste the gas. So he shows up here. He's eating my prime fucking rib, which you and I budget our food now because there's just two of us. We have something for dinner.
I buy less now.
You buy way less.
Just for the two of us.
And he's in there fucking mowing it, and I'm losing my mind. I go to walk outside because I'm mad. The doorknob comes off to the back door. Again, and I look at him, angry, but I'm reserved, and I say, can you fix this doorknob, please? He goes, no. I said, what? He goes, I don't know how to fix it. He does. I said, put the 2 screws back in and put glue on it. I was going to give him Loctite because that's what mechanics would use. Just put glue on it and the screws won't back out. He throws his laptop on the couch and in a huff stomps out to the garage to get a screwdriver. Now I'm really losing my mind. I go, this fucking kid puts me off, doesn't show up on time, doesn't do what I ask him to do, makes things super difficult. And when I ask him to put 2 screws in a fucking doorknob, he's acting like I'm inconveniencing him. And I got to put up with him all night because he's going to spend the night where he can show up bright and early at 8:30 Thursday morning. So at 8 o'clock, you and I are downstairs.
Yes.
Before 8 o'clock, and I'm going through the stuff we need to get done. 8:30 rolls around. He doesn't get up. 8:45, no Briggs. 9 o'clock, no Briggs. 9:15, I still don't see him. And remember, the whole reason he spent the night is so he could be on time. Save gas and be on time. Mm-hmm. Now it's 9:15. I got to go to the studio. We got to get ready for the show at 10. At this moment, it is 11:15. I still have not seen him. And now he's going to be like, well, I'm just going to have a bunch of breakfast here, and I'm going to have lunch here, and I got a full day of Cutco to do here. Sorry about promising I'd help you, Dad. He's put me off every fucking day this week. And here we are. And here's the part where I'm mad at you. You won't let me say anything to him. I want to grab him again and go, your integrity sucks. You're not a man of your word. You're unreliable. And when I tell you to do something, you half-ass it. And I know when I tell him this, he tunes out.
I know.
He looks over my shoulder. He looks at his phone while I'm talking to him.
That's not working anymore.
Okay, well, what's going to work? Give me a plan.
I am stumped by this one right now. But right now, just getting on him, he's just shutting you down. He's shutting me down. I don't know what's going to work. I really don't.
Well, if nothing's working, can we at least go with the thing that makes me feel better? Because I do feel better after I yell at him.
You can walk outside and yell at the dog, but right now, no.
The dog is more reliable than him. I would not yell at my dog the way I want to yell at him. The dog doesn't even fuck up this much.
I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Both of my dogs are more loyal than my son
Parenting
by a lot.
101. I don't know.
I'm angry and frustrated beyond fucking words about what to do with this kid.
Kids, man, kids.
I'm serious. If I could, the last little part of Gen X Tops that he helps with, if I could find a way to not have him do it, if I didn't need him for the last little part of Gen X Talks that I struggle with doing alone, if I could do it myself, I'd tell him, get the fuck out of here and don't come back. Until you pull your head out of your ass, get the fuck out of here.
I don't think that's right either. Well, we'll have to talk about it.
Well, you know what I don't think is right? Is him just doing what he wants whenever he wants. He gets gas money from us. He gets food from us. He gets anything he wants. Oh, and then he says, hey, the gas money's really killing me. So can you help me work on my Toyota, his old 8-bit? Oh, sure. I'll just drop everything I'm doing when he won't drop everything for me. He will not set aside time for me, but I'm supposed to set aside time for him. And when the parts to fix it he doesn't have the money for, he'll want me to loan it to him. But he won't do what I want. But when it comes, this is the way he operates. And then he just expects me to be there for him. Why? Why the fuck am I doing this? Why am I even entertaining the idea? He'll come to me today and go, hey, can we fix my gas leak? I'm going to say, no. There's so much shit you have left undone for me. So many times you've just fucked me by not showing up. No, why would I help you? Until, and I don't think it'll matter that I'm doing this, but until someone else in his life says, don't ask me for help, you're unreliable. Until he learns that people aren't, if I keep giving and giving and giving, he's going to think he can keep misbehaving. He's going to think, yeah, you can still fuck people over and they'll still help you. I've learned that from my dad and my mom. This is the way the world works. Until reality sets in and go, dude, you can't fuck people up like this and then expect them to respond nicely. I'm sorry. I'm done. Until that happens to him, he's going to keep doing it. You tell me, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I submit this to you. What am I supposed to do here? I'm a little bit lost. What do I do? Because if it wasn't for that one small part of Gen X Talks, I would say, this isn't working out for me. This relationship isn't working out. You just got to fucking go. That's what I'd say. But you telling me that I can't say anything, but yet you don't have a plan of what to say, which means you're just going to let him continue on the way he is. This is where you're supposed to talk and say something.
I don't have an answer for you right now. I don't. I'm just as stumped as you are right now.
So that means you're going to do nothing because you don't know what to do.
I guess that's my answer.
And how do you think doing nothing and not addressing him is going to go over with him?
I don't know.
I'm pulling teeth here with you.
I know, and I just really don't want to discuss it right now. So we'll...
How could you not want to discuss it right now? This is what the whole program's about. That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard you say on a podcast.
I don't know. I don't have an answer.
But what I'm bringing into your attention is if you don't do something or say something and you just sit there bewildered, he continues on and nothing changes.
I get it.
And that can't be right for him to continue on.
No, it's not. But I don't have an answer to solve this problem.
Can't we kick him out of our lives until you do?
No.
No. Whatever.
Got to have a home to come back to. Sorry.
I don't know. I'm so sick of this shit. You know, this is one lesson I never thought I'd have to teach him is how to live up to your word and do what you say. I never thought I'd have to teach him that. And here we are. All right, I'm done talking. I've talked for an hour. I'm done. Your turn.
Let's end it then. We're done. Say goodbye.
So we go through all the stuff with Brigger, and when I come to you for an answer, you go, I don't want to talk about this right now. You sound like my 15-year-old daughter. I don't feel like talking about this right now.
I don't have an answer right now. I honestly
But
do
you
not
could have
know.
expounded on it and said, you know, you're right. Something needs to change. His behavior is bad. You could have expounded and then said, I don't have a conclusion. You just looked at me and went, no, I'm done.
I have nothing for you right now.
And then when I
have
say
no
I've been
clue.
talking the whole time, it's your turn. You go, well, then we're turning it off. Wow. This has got to be the most abrupt, dumb end to a podcast ever. We're talking about some real heart-to-heart stuff, and you go, well, I'm not talking about it right now.
Because
All right.
I don't have an answer. I don't have a direction. I don't know where to take this right now.
And then I tell you, well, it's your turn to talk. Well, then I'm turning off the podcast if I have to talk now.
I don't know what else to talk. What else is there to talk about? What do you want to talk about?
Nothing. I'm done. I'm getting to be done with you about as much as I'm done getting to be done with him. Absolutely blows my mind that you have such opinions on this when we're not on the air. When we're talking about stuff, you don't have any problem running up and going, okay, now you can't say this to him. You can't say these words. This is how it harms him. This is what it does to him. You'll give me 16 paragraphs on my behavior. Then when it comes to doing it, like, okay, repeat what you just said in there. You're like, I'll talk about it. There you are, looking at the camera again, just shaking your head. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to switch places with my wife. I'm going to be her now.
Do you have an automotive story that you want to tell people?
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay, good. Ladies and gentlemen, the podcast is over. All right, close out the podcast, Big Daddy.
I don't have anything to say.
I don't know how you end the podcast. Could you please do it?
I don't feel like talking about that right now.
Would you go? Stop it. Yeah, show your feminine side.
I'm sorry, I don't have anything to say.
All right.
I don't know what you want me to say right now.
Anytime now. Good dead air. Come on. Just end it.
This is what it's like talking to you. Do you see?
Yes, I
You see
get
how
it.
frustrating it is? You don't know what to say. You're trying to fit.
Or else I'm going to get up and walk out of the studio.
That sounds like something else you would do.
Yeah.
So you do the ending today. You do the ending
I
like
don't
I
know
do
how
it.
you do the ending.
No, you've only heard it a million times.
You go ahead. I
Fumble
don't
through
know.
it the best way you can.
I don't know how.
Just pretend. Fumble through it the best way. Let's pretend I died of a heart attack in this chair and you had to do the ending to the show.
Would you just do it, please?
No.
I don't
What?
know it.
You have to fumble your way through the best you can.
Go ahead. Could you please just do it, please?
You got us to this point.
Would you finish it?
I am so angry with her right now. I can't even tell you because she'll talk and talk and talk, and then we bring it up on live stream or on this podcast. Then she pretends like she has nothing to say. She has a ton of stuff to say on it, but apparently she doesn't want any of you to know. So I'm going to end the podcast. Those of you listening on the radio, you got to hear the whole thing. I'm going to have to edit out all the stupid fucking dead air time that she brought upon this. I'll probably have to cut out the whole end of the segment because it's just me talking to her, staring off in the distance, not contributing. And then it's just a me podcast. It's not an us podcast. When she doesn't talk for 15 minutes of the show, that is not what everybody wants to listen to. It's just me. Otherwise, I just do the show by myself. All right, I'm leaving. I'm done. I'm out of here. Thank you guys for listening in on the radio. Thank you guys for tuning in around the planet. Remember, 2 things, wherever you go, there you are. And I may catch you guys on the flip side, if you're lucky.